Hi, and welcome to week 4, Knowing God, Lessons from the Wilderness. So we're kind of in the halfway point of the course, and I hope that everyone had a wonderful Easter and you were able to take some time away from studying and writing in order to spend time with church family and your family over the weekend. Now, our goals this week are to evaluate the biblical text to identify significant characteristics of God, then to explore the theological themes present in the book of Exodus and continued through the Pentateuch, Old Testament, and into the New Testament. And now that we're into week 4, I think that each of you likely understands that on all of my assignments, I am looking for you to exegete or do a hermeneutical analysis of a part of the Pentateuch, but then really explore how that trajectory moves throughout the Old Testament and into the New Testament. And then finally to analyze mankind's character in relationship to God's character. So in our first assignment, assignment 4.1, it's a chart, and I want you, after reviewing Exodus, to look at the attributes of God's character that are uncovered. So based upon the readings in Alexander and Exodus, fill out the attached chart in the following way. First, I want you to identify 6 significant attributes of God. And then you're going to go through and unpack why these are significant. So in column B, I want you to include an explanation of why each of these are significant attributes and add, the biblical reference to support your findings. In other words, what biblical passages support this attribute? And then in column C, I want you to discuss how each attribute is continued into the New Testament, i.e. compassion, sovereignty, majesty, whichever attributes. How do we know that that is not just an Exodus thing, but an always thing for God? So I'm wanting New Testament support for that, and I'm looking for outside research that confirms that other scholars agree that this attribute is seen throughout the Old Testament and into the New Testament. Once complete, this assignment should total around 3 pages. Now, we also have a discussion post looking at the Song of Moses. So based upon the readings and your personal experience and outside research, I want you to post roughly a 1-page discussion comparing the Song of Moses in Exodus 15 with the dissatisfaction of the people that we find just a few verses later in Exodus 16. And what does this say about human nature and about God's character? So I'm wanting you to use Exodus 15 and Exodus 16 to really dive into the human condition, and especially the fallen human condition. What do we learn about ourselves and what do we learn about God through these 2 chapters in Exodus? A well-researched post is going to include references to both outside research and the reading from this week, as well as biblical support. As always, your first post is due on Friday at midnight Central Standard Time, with ongoing discussion over the weekend into Monday midnight Central Standard Time. As always, rubrics and due dates are under course resources. Be sure to put your name in the file name of the assignment. However, we've had a couple of good weeks where the Moody grading program is working properly. Be sure, by the way, to look at any comments that I might have attached to your paper through that Moody grading program. And then feel free to email me or call me with any questions. And I appreciate all the hard work this semester. We're into kind of the meat of the course now for the next couple of weeks. And so be sure to give enough time to well research each of your papers and discussion posts. Have a great day, and thanks for all the hard work.